It's also the safety aspect. And there are many examples throughout history, like the polio vaccine that was contaminated with the simian virus 40 or SV40 that was administered to 98 million people in the US who were later found to have an increase in cancer rates, according to this study. And there are many other examples, like the 1976 swine flu vaccine that injured thousands and killed at least 300, killed hundreds of people, which led to the dismissal of the then acting CDC director.
Dr. Michael Hatwick directed the surveillance team for the swine flu program at the CDC. His job was to find out what possible complications could arise from taking the shot and to report his findings to those in charge. Did you know ahead of time, Dr. Hatwick, that there had been case reports of neurological disorders, neurological illness, apparently associated with the injection of influenza vaccine?
Absolutely.
You did?
Yes.
How'd you know that?
By review of the literature.
So you told your superiors, the men in charge of the swine flu immunization program, about the possibility of neurological disorders?
Absolutely.
What would you say if I told you that your superiors say that you never told them about the possibility of neurological complications?
That's nonsense. I can't believe that they would say that they did not know that there were neurological illnesses associated with influenza vaccination. That simply is not true. We did know that.
But let's use 2020 as our example. It was just released on the 8th of December. The FDA briefing document titled Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee Meeting. It's dated December 10th, and it focuses on the brand new experimental Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. And on page 41, we find, under the serious adverse events, deaths, 2 vaccine and 4 placebo out of the 43,500 enrolled participants died during the Pfizer COVID vaccine trial between April and November of 2020. Both vaccine recipients were over the age of 55. One experienced a cardiac arrest 62 days after vaccination number 2 and died 3 days later, and the other died from arteriosclerosis 3 days after vaccination number 1. This information is not being reported in the mainstream media. Honestly, I don't trust the media or the pharmaceutical companies and the vaccine manufacturers, just based on their history and track record alone. Pfizer, for example, has a lengthy criminal record which has paid out billions of dollars in damages for crimes including safety violations, corruption, bribery, and false claims.
I'm honored to stand here today with dedicated colleagues from within the Department of Justice as well as beyond it to announce a historic settlement with Pfizer Incorporated, a pharmaceutical manufacturer, and its subsidiary Pharmacia and Upjohn company, arising out of civil and criminal allegations relating to Pfizer's allegedly illegal promotion of various drugs, most notably Bextra. In a combination civil and criminal settlement, Pfizer has agreed to pay $2.3 billion, the largest healthcare fraud settlement in the history of the Department of Justice.
But is anyone surprised that they get away with this? Especially when you consider that the pharmaceuticals/health products industry spends the most on lobbying in D.C.